What's up guys, Colin Malone here with IQ Dating, and in this video I'm going to show you the 3 things that are going to make your personality loved by women that much more. All 3 things are all things that you can work on that are really just help you become like that really magnetic person that people love to talk to, they love to pay attention to, and that everyone else wants to be like. These 3 things is really all it takes for you guys to go out and really develop that attractive personality that you want. So the first thing that I want you to focus on is the trait of enthusiasm, okay? Everyone who has a magnetic personality has enthusiasm. There's not a single person ever who has a very magnetic personality that does not have an excitement about life. So enthusiasm, it can be defined as like this positivity, this excitement, this energy, and really full aliveness about life, and then also just about how you're expressing yourself, right? So if your thoughts and like how you feel about life in general, that is one thing that you really want to address, is how do you actually compose yourself throughout your life? Because how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you're generally enthusiastic about life in general and about other things that you're doing besides when you're just, you know, living your dating life, then it's a lot easier to take that energy and take that enthusiasm into your dating life, like with women. So how do you go about having a more enthusiasm about life in general, right? So one thing that you can do is actually just doing the things that you like more in life, right? If you're someone who really likes golfing and you want to develop that as a hobby on the side of your work, go out and like do that. If you're someone who really wants to enjoy like their work and like really be enthusiastic about what they're doing, like go out, make progress in your work, like take it seriously and really bring that like full-on energy and commitment to your work if that's something that's important to you. And when you go out and you're actually doing the things that you really like and you're enthusiastic about the things that you get to do in your life, you can also choose and really work on getting more pumped up and getting more excited about doing the things that you really like, right? Like you know, when you're going to go out and do the thing that you're passionate about, or you're going to go out and like do a hobby that you like, or like even you really like going to the gym and that's something that you do very consistently, like get excited, get pumped up. Don't treat it like a chore, treat it like something you get to do, that you really get to love and enjoy doing. And that choice to do that is gonna bleed into the rest of your life and bleed into how you feel throughout your day in general and about everything else. Even the things that you don't really like, you'll bring into it like more of that great energy and that more of that enthusiasm, because that's what you're more used to feeling. So another thing that you guys can go out and do in your life to develop more enthusiasm in your personality is really just going out and like doing the practical things that make you feel better on a consistent basis. So these are things like, you know, exercising consistently, eating clean, doing things like meditation, doing breathing exercises if you like that sort of thing, doing things like yoga, right? All of these things, it gives your body a chance to actually like release a lot more feel-good chemicals in your body, and then it's naturally that much more easier to be enthusiastic about your life and everything in general. So last thing that you guys can focus on to develop more enthusiasm in your personality is actually developing a sense of actually becoming really into you, really into yourself, really thinking that yourself, like you are awesome, and also that the rest of your life, the life that you live, is amazing, okay? So how can you go about doing this? So what I want you to do is I'm actually gonna give you guys a quick exercise. Take out a piece of paper or take out your phone notes and write 5 things down, 5 reasons down why you think that you're awesome, okay? Write 5 things down, 5 big reasons, the biggest reasons down why you think that you're actually an amazing person and that you live an amazing life. Okay, so pause the video and do that right now. So why did I get you to write those things down? So the reason I actually got you guys to write those 5 reasons down why you think that you should be into you and why you're amazing is because by writing these things down, it allows your mind to actually like now focus more in your life on the reasons that confirm why you're like an awesome person, right? So say you wrote down that the reason that you think you're awesome is because you're a really carefree person. Like you don't get affected so easily by the small things in life. Now, when you go out and you live your life and you have a moment where, you know, like you have a problem come up that most people would really care about, but you're really carefree and easygoing about it, now you actually reconfirm in your mind this is one of those reasons why you think you're an amazing person. And that will develop your mentality into now believing and really seeing how awesome you are as a person, how much value you have to offer, and that'll allow you to bring just a lot more enthusiasm to your conversations with people and how you feel just about your life in general. So the second thing that you guys need to focus on to develop a personality that women will love even more is certainty, the trait of certainty. So certainty in what you're saying certainty in how you compose yourself, okay? So what does this mean exactly? So when you're talking to someone, certainty means, it means zero doubt in what you're saying, zero doubt in the words that you're delivering. It means like not questioning at all what you're saying to someone, essentially, right? So certainty is very, very important because it actually makes a big difference in how much people are actually gonna want to listen to you. This is because people who are very uncertain, it's like, why would you want to listen to someone who's questioning what they're saying, right? It doesn't make a lot of sense. Versus someone who's expressing a point or just saying something with a lot of belief in what they're saying and a lot of lack of doubt or questioning what they're saying. It's just a lot more captivating. So it's something that's very important for those reasons. So how do you go about working on becoming more or developing more certainty when you're talking to someone in conversation, okay? So there's two main things that I want you guys to kind of take away from how to become like more certain in working on developing more certainty. So the first thing is actually just developing more certainty when you're having a conversation just in any situation, right? So a lot of the time what will happen is a lot of people will have a lot of certainty in what they're saying, and they have no problem expressing themselves with confidence around their people that they're very, very comfortable with, right? So like their best friends or your really close colleagues or people that are really close to you that you know. So when it comes to like new uncomfortable situations, a lot of people, they don't have a lot of certainty in those situations, and that's what the type of thing that you really want to work on, right? How do you develop more certainty in situations that you're uncomfortable with? So when you're dating, right, like actually going out and getting yourself into situations where you're more uncomfortable, maybe starting a conversation with someone new that you might be interested in, maybe asking someone out on a date that, you know, it's quite uncomfortable for you to do that because you don't do it a lot, and it's someone that you're interested in. These sorts of things, developing the certainty in those situations is really, for the most part, going to come from the practical experience of actually going out there and doing it. Because by reconfirming your confidence in those situations, really comes from you actually like having that experience and failing at it sometimes, and then actually like learning, like getting more used to it, getting more comfortable around it, so then you can become more certain, okay? So the second situation that I kind of want you guys to focus on in general is how do you develop more certainty, or developing more certainty in actually expressing anything, when you're talking about anything, okay? You could be telling a story about how back in your childhood you used to play tennis like with your mom, right? Maybe that's something uncomfortable for you to express. Maybe you want to talk about how you had sex with someone on the weekend and it was a really, really funny experience for some reason, right? So different people will have different levels of certainty expressing whatever they want to say, right? Having this like no filter, expressing their true thoughts, that, you know, like what they're actually thinking at any time. So this is the second situation that I want you guys to go out and work on, because once you become a lot more comfortable expressing anything with a level of certainty, like not doubting what you're saying, which is really coming from a place of like not feeling judged, or not feeling that you're going to be that judged by the person that you're talking to by expressing what you want. Developing that ability and that skill set is really, really key, because you can just talk about anything that you want in any situation. Okay, so what I want you guys to focus on in your life, a take-home exercise that you guys can go out and apply to start working on developing this sense of great certainty in how you express yourself, is I want you in the next week go out and actually express the thoughts that you're usually not comfortable expressing to 5x or 10x the degree that you usually do, okay? So for example, like if you're thinking how you eat vanilla ice cream at like 9 p.m. with the sprinkles and like Nesquik, like chocolate, you know, that thing that you squirt out of the bottle, if that's what you're thinking about when you're talking to someone, like tell them about that, even though it might be embarrassing for you to tell someone that. And what this will do is it will develop the habit of you becoming a lot more comfortable just expressing whatever comes to mind, right? And that will develop your level of certainty in expressing the things that you want to say in any situation, and just in developing that sense of certainty in situations that are uncomfortable to you at all times, which is a really powerful trait that you can develop in your personality. So last thing that I want you guys to focus on in developing the personality that women will love even that much more is playfulness. So playfulness and how you're coming off. So what does playfulness mean? So let me show you the opposite of playfulness. So let me tell you a quick story that I'm gonna make up right now of someone who sounds very monotone and boring, okay? So last Saturday, there was this boy who went to a hill, and then he climbed up the hill, and when he got to the top of the hill, he then took his sleigh out, and then, you know, went down the hill with his sleigh, and then when he reached the bottom of the hill with his sleigh, he said, "Yay." Okay, so do you see how monotone and boring that was? So what was it that made my story here so monotone and boring? What made me sound so monotone and boring? What it was is my lack of variety, my lack in variation of how I was expressing myself. So what are the sorts of things that actually make you that much more interesting? So there's 4 things. So the first thing is your volume, right? So if you're always very, very quiet, or you're always very, very loud, not having that variety and volume is kind of boring, right? So sometimes talking a little bit louder and sometimes talking a little bit quieter will actually make you more interesting. Another thing is your speed, right? So sometimes talking a little bit faster and then sometimes talking a little bit slower is another thing that you can vary up that'll actually make you more playful and captivating in the way that you come off, okay? So the third thing is pauses, right? So having an effective pause can add a lot of emphasis to what you're saying. You see, just like I did right there. The fourth thing is pitch, okay? So your pitch, so either being high pitch or being low pitch, having a little bit of variety in your pitch can actually make you more interesting. Okay guys, so the exercise that I want you guys to use to go ahead and implement this in your life in working on how to develop your more playful sense of, the playful side of your personality, is I want you guys to go ahead and observe 2 people in your life that have like massively better social skills than you and that are really, really captivating to people. Like go out, hang out with them, talk with them, like schedule something with them and just observe like 1 or 2, like observe 2 things that you guys notice about what makes them like really playful and how they're coming off. Like what makes them very, very interesting, right? And what I want you guys to do is go ahead in the comments right now, just comment the 2 things that you found the most interesting about the people in your life that just have that massively better level of social skills. So go ahead and put that in the comments right now and I'll check them out. Alright guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed the content in this video. What I want you guys to really take away from this is you can really go out there and really work on these aspects of your personality to really develop that personality that women really, really love, okay? Developing that sense of enthusiasm about yourself and your life when you're talking to people, developing that amazing sense of certainty and conviction in what you're saying, not doubting what you're saying, and working on really developing like a really playful personality and playfulness in how you express yourself. All 3 things are all things that you can work on that are really just help you become like that really magnetic person that people love to talk to, they love to pay attention to, and that everyone else wants to be like. These 3 things is really all it takes for you guys to go out and really develop that attractive personality that you want. So that's it for today, guys. It was great. I had a great time shooting this video. Until next time, peace out. See ya.